Hey everyone, this is a replay of myself playing Khabarovsk in the latest rank season, season 15, which was tier 10 in arms race mode. Something that's been said often and consistently over time is that this ship is not a good ship for ranked play, and it's been echoed from people on YouTube and on the forums, and I've purposely and consistently played it in ranked just to have fun, but also to show that no, it is not bad for ranked. And if you look at the chat, I wouldn't be surprised if this person who sent a message saying it's one-sided was saying it because he saw the ship lineup and saw a Khabarovsk. Now, if you're familiar with my play, I don't play Russian destroyers like everyone else, and my builds are completely different from everyone else. So you're not going to see your typical long distance run and gun fire HE gameplay. If you are curious to see more of my play this last rank season, I sent a few replays to Lord Zath, and he has played them on stream. So let me know in the comment section if you want to see them, and I can find links for you. Now, in terms of how much I played the Khabarovsk in this latest ranked, I played 13 games with a win rate of 76.92%. You can feel free to look up the stats if you like. So it's really not necessarily the ship, but how you play it. And there are at least a couple reasons why I prefer the Khabarovsk to many other traditional destroyers in terms of normal gameplay and also in ranked. For example, one past rank season for tier 9, I used it to finish grinding through the Fletcher, which is a very traditional US tier 9 destroyer, and you spend most of your time spotting and throwing torps, which I find a really boring sort of play, and you only use your guns when you're fighting up close and dueling other destroyers. I feel that the Russian destroyers, Khabarovsk included, is able to much more influence the battle with its ability to use its guns long range. And if you want to argue that the current torps at 6 km are basically useless, well, it's a matter of really how you use them and how you build your ship, as I build for full concealment for ranked. Now earlier I picked up the heal buff, and here I wasn't too concerned about taking this one, as if you look at the minimap, the enemy destroyer has not yet been spotted yet, and I wasn't detected the whole time I went toward it, and I only got detected by the Moskva's radar, and the Moskva's behind an island, and so I wasn't concerned about it. And if it wanted to chase me, it would have to come out and take my torpedoes there. Now, if you were paying attention to the minimap, you would have seen there was a push by several ships going north, and that my teammate in the Kremlin wasn't exactly positioning himself very well and is now beaching into an island. My presence coming north basically turned this Republic around and sent him going the other way, possibly through fear of taking torpedoes. As well, Khabarovsk may have 6-kilometer torpedoes, but they hit really hard, as they're nearly 20k in damage. Now, with my help here and keeping these ships back a little bit through my presence, my teammate in the Kremlin can back up and try to get himself in a better position. And the more traditional advocated play for Russian destroyers by the general consensus is basically sit at 10 kilometers plus and just fire HE and speed tank. And you'll see I do some of that here. It's a tool in the bag that you can use, but it should not be doing what you should be doing all the time, as it's not uncommon for people to complain about the high tier random meta being all about camp and snipe. Well, running and gunning at 10 kilometers and firing HE for Russian destroyers is basically that. A camping passive distance meta, which in general should not be advocated and often is a losing strategy. So when you think about how you play, don't necessarily follow general popular opinion. You have to think for yourself on what you should be doing to influence the battle. Now here, you may notice something. My teammate in the Kremlin is backing up still, and this Yamato is trying to push. One thing that could possibly happen is, well, the Kremlin is going slowly backwards. The Yamato can go faster forwards. So I want to make sure that Yamato doesn't get onto the broadside of the Kremlin. And I can do that with torpedoes. While they were 6 kilometers and Yamato was at 8 when I fired them, that doesn't mean they won't reach, as Yamato going forward basically pushes itself into my torpedoes, and with my torpedoes taking it down, my teammate in the Kremlin is completely safe, and it only needs to deal with the Des Moines and Republic now. Now, looking at the map again, there is one ship that is still missing on the map. There is no last detected symbol for the enemy destroyer, the gearing. So I'm wondering where it is and looking to see if I can find it. One glance at the large view of the map usually shows up a smoke cloud. So I figure the Moskva is going to be sunk soon from the ships pushing from the east. And it's pretty clear that this gearing is hiding in smoke and being an annoyance. So I'm going to go hunt it down and get rid of it. And you'll see that I tell my teammates in chat one thing you can do is at least try to communicate with your teammates in ranked. And in the past, I showed off some ranked sprint replays in the Vladivostok in ranked sprint, and my teammates have worked with me and even listened to me when I did that. So there's no harm in trying at the very least. Now, one thing to note, this gearing has radio location, and it's pretty clear that it's pointing at me. Despite this, it continues to shoot at my teammate in the Republic, which shows that this person playing the gearing doesn't have very good situational awareness, as if he was paying attention to it, he would notice it would be pointing off to the side now, and not at the Republic, which easily gets himself sunk. As my torpedo take down this gearing, giving me high caliber and devastating strike. One thing you can really do to up your game is to really be aware of your surroundings and have some good situational awareness, and you should be able to improve your play a lot just from that. Another thing you can do, instead of staying zoomed in while firing, you can zoom out, in, which is another way of keeping situational awareness and knowing what's going on in the battlefield. Now, this game is basically done with one last ship on the enemy team. We are capping the center cap, which will be quickly done. So this game is pretty much over. If you would like to know my build, I actually have 3 different builds for the Khabarovsk, depending on which game mode you are trying to play. I can certainly give you my ranked build and my other random and co-op builds as well, if you wish. Now, the Hindenburgs is going to show up basically when I round the island and going to get sunk. So that's pretty much it for this replay. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it, and if you want to see more of my replays in Russian destroyers, let me know. I can certainly get some up to show off. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.